Hove, I am glad you are back. Can't wait to talk about this shit. But I was just on Tidal and I looked and my shit is not on there at all. It's been over like a year. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know if y'all ain't get the files or whatnot. But let me know what's happening right now because I feel a little slighted that. What is it? Me? Is it me? Apple Music got my shit. I'm just saying they got it. What's going on, everybody? It's the Granddad Woolly, and you are here again for another edition of Woolly Reviews Hip Hop Data. We got an album review today. We're gonna be talking about the brand new album that just fucking dropped from one of the most iconic and legendary artists of all time. This man is like over 2 decades in the game. The motherfucker's been doing it big ever since. He's maintained his relevance over all this time. He's got classes under his belt, and at this point in his life, he's probably one of the richest motherfuckers in the goddamn game, if not the richest. And he got one of the baddest chicks of all time who's like, I mean, you know, shit happened, but you know, they worked it out apparently. And you know, now he's back with a new album, even though he really don't need to do this shit. I mean, he's rich as fuck. He's got like hundreds of millions of dollars in business ventures, but now he got to come back with an album just to let us know that he ain't lost the shit and he still runs the game. This nigga's back. He dropped this new shit. He woke up at 4:44 in the morning and dropped this shit apparently, or make this shit or something with 4:44. I don't know. I ain't up that late. I gotta sleep, nigga. I gotta beauty sleep. I gotta look good all the goddamn time. Talking about the new album from Jay-Z entitled 4:44. Now, I'm not even gonna get into who Jay-Z is. Fuck you. You know who he is. If you don't, you must have been living under a rock, and then that rock like fucking encapsulated itself in ice for 40,000 years. That's who the fuck you are if you don't know who Jay-Z is. And this is his 13th album. This is the follow-up to Magna Carta Holy Grail, which he dropped like 4 years ago, which was it was a cool album. I mean, I didn't care too much for it. And then he did a whole deal with Samsung where he like sold $1 million out the gate, some kind of business shit that kind of solidified the fact that he was gonna go platinum regardless. You know that shit, but you know, it is what it was. But it's been a long stretch of time since we've heard anything from Jay-Z, minus probably a feature here and there, but not really a solid album. So I'm looking forward to hearing what this album is because it kind of just popped up out of the blue. There was no real like announcement for it other than these like little 4:44 things popping up everywhere. And then they said, oh, it's a Jay-Z album coming next week, and there you go. Fuck you if you don't like it, only on Tidal. Fuck everybody else. Tidal is what it is. So I hope y'all got y'all subscriptions in order. I was always on it. I got my shit ready to go just in case this shit was gonna happen, and it fucking did. So now let's see if Jay-Z's 4:44 is an album that was worth the wait, even though we really wasn't waiting for it. We really didn't care, but at the same time, we was like, yeah, if he drops an album, it might be nice. But some people think he's washed up. Some people think, you know, he just ain't got it no more. So we gonna see. Jay's about to answer all our goddamn concerns and questions right now. Let's talk about the shit. Now, when I first popped in this album and I tuned into the production, which is all done by No ID, who is an amazing producer. If you don't know about No ID, you fucking up. But he handles all the production on here. And this man, No ID, brings some of the best production I have heard this year and some of the best production I've heard Jay-Z on in a long fucking time. It's just really, really just dope, fucking real, sample-based, very soulful, very low-key production. It's not crazy, it's not bangers, it's not like anything to really get you excited. It's just something that's like, it's grown man hip hop music. It's grown man beats. That's what it is. Because Jay-Z a grown ass dude, he's 47, and these beats cater to Jay-Z at this point of his life on so many levels. It's just really just like mellow, smooth, but at the same time, it's got this real dope head nodding vibe, and it just glides over Jay-Z's vocals so well. And he uses so many samples on here. He's sampling everybody from Sister Nancy to Donny Hathaway to Stevie Wonder. I mean, the list goes on and on. The sampling, somebody's getting some good fucking royalty checks off this goddamn album because the sampling that's on here is done impeccably. Every beat on here is fucking fire. Every beat on here is just so unique, but yet traditional, and it sounds so goddamn good. And when it comes to Jay-Z has not lost a step. It seems like he's just transitioned to another era in his life. And the cool part about this is Jay-Z's probably most personal, most vulnerable album he's ever done. He's talking about stuff that Jay-Z never ever has talked about in any album that he's ever put out. He's opening up, he's talking about his personal life. He's really just giving us a look into his private life and the shit that's happened, especially the shit that went down with Beyonce, especially after, you know, hearing the Lemonade album and then the accusations of him cheating. He touches on all that, as well as all the scenarios and situations that he goes through with being a father, with his friends, and just how his perception is of life now at this point of his life. The best way I can explain it is that this is a Sean Carter album. This isn't really a Jay-Z album, even though we all know it's Jay-Z, stage name and whatnot, but this is really us hearing Sean Carter rap his perspective on life and everything, and then Jay-Z just so happens to pop in from here and there because Jay-Z sort of is like this character, this ego, this person that he's been all these years. But now he's trying to steer away from that and become more Sean Carter than Jay-Z, because even though Jay-Z got him to this point, Jay-Z is now starting to become a hindrance to him with his ego and the way that he thinks, and it's affecting his personal life as Sean Carter, which is really, really a cool dynamic when it comes to this album, because you get to just see him with those internal conflicts and him talking about these struggles that he has faced and still continues to face. And in that same time, he's actually dropping a lot of gems to the younger generation, and especially with the hip-hop game. He's kind of telling like the younger generation cats like, yo, you know, you need to see more value in the money that you're making, because, you know, so many of us like end up rich and then they die broke. And Jay's like, yo, there's different ways you can do this. You can take that money and you can put it into things that appreciate in value. Instead of buying these crazy cars, buy you some art that's gonna be more valuable years later. Buy bonds and stocks, invest in things, buy land and buildings, do things that I'm doing because I'm gonna be rich forever. Like, I don't have to do this music anymore, and I'm just doing it to do it. But like, most of my money is coming from all these business ventures, and that's what y'all should do instead of, you know, being on IG and flexing and stunting and flossing all your money and saying all this shit that you really don't have. Take that money and that power and use it towards something that's gonna benefit you and your family for years to come. Which is really cool, because you can tell Jay-Z's really in his grown man-esque era right now. He's giving us grown man rap. This doesn't sound old, it sounds like grown man hip hop, and that's what Jay-Z is. And I can appreciate that, because he's not trying to be something he's not. He's comfortable in his skin now, and it really shows with this album, which I think is very fucking dope, which also makes this album really, really fucking great. Now I'm gonna go ahead and give a quick breakdown of each song. Like I said, there's only 10 songs on the album, about 36 minutes in total, so it's not a very long album, but at the same time, he does get his point across fairly well. So the first song is Kill Jay-Z. I love this song. The beat on here is great. All the beats are great. I'm not gonna get too much into beats. All the beats are fire. I really want to talk about what Jay is saying. So in this song, Jay is pretty much saying, yo, it's time for him to kill Jay-Z. It's time for Sean Carter to kill Jay-Z, because even though Jay-Z's done all this for him and gotten to this point, he's now becoming a hindrance to his life. The ego that Jay-Z is has stopped him from being able to be a good father, a good husband, and, you know, just a good person in general. And he's got to shed all that, because he realizes he's getting older and things aren't the same as they were 20 years ago when he was just, you know, Jay-Z and living life that way. He also addresses things like the situation with Solange in the elevator where he got beat up, where he pretty much said, yo, I egged on Solange, and, you know, I could have just said I was wrong, but instead I didn't. My ego got in and it kind of caused the whole situation to happen. He also addresses the situation that he had with Kanye West, where Kanye kind of ranted on Jay-Z for like 20 minutes on stage, and people are saying that Jay-Z's talking about Kanye in this entire line, but they're not listening properly. This is all about Jay-Z. This is Sean Carter talking about Jay-Z. So when you look at the line, I'm gonna read it, and he says, you got high on life, that shit drugged you, you walking around like you invincible, you dropped out of school, you lost your principles. I know people backstab you, I felt bad too, but this fuck everybody attitude ain't natural. But you ain't a saint, this ain't kumbaya, but you got hurt because you did kumbaya. You gave him 20 million without blinking, he gave you 20 minutes on stage. Fuck was he thinking? So people were thinking that he's talking about Kanye the entire time. No, he's talking about himself and how he felt about the situation. Most people don't know, Jay-Z also dropped out of high school and he lost his principles and all that stuff. So even though they're talking about you dropped out of school, they're thinking college dropout. He's talking about Jay-Z the entire time, and he's pretty much saying like, yo, you know, he had this whole attitude, he had this situation, he felt kind of slighted that Kanye was saying this stuff about him, but that's because of that Jay-Z ego he has. And this entire song touches on a lot of different subjects. You just gotta listen to the song, but it's also the first time that we hear Jay-Z really being vulnerable and really just pretty much saying, yo, I'm wrong, or maybe me being me isn't the best at times, and maybe I'm not always right, which is really, really interesting because we never hear Jay-Z talk about this. So that automatically piques your interest in what this album is going to be, and I think it's a dope opening track, and it really sets the tone for the rest of this album. The next song, The Story of OJ, is so fucking dope. I love this song. The beat on here is really, really cool. It's really mellow, low-key, got this really nice piano on here. I'm talking about the beat again, but the beat is fucking dope. Nice sample on there too, but this is pretty much Jay talking about sort of like black excellence in a way, but also in the fact that in America, no matter who you are, if you black, you still black. If you a nigga, you still a nigga. You can be a rich nigga, poor nigga, you know, fake nigga, real nigga, house nigga, field nigga, you still a nigga. And it's pretty much like, yo, if that's who you are, you have to just do the best you can in this life. Like, you can consider yourself a certain way or a certain status, but you still black at the end of the day. You still a nigga in so many people's eyes at the end of the day. But at the same time, he's giving us gems. He's telling us like, yo, you can do this one way or you can do this the other way. You can like spend a whole bunch of money, you know, or floss your money, or you can just invest it and really make it work for you and be something better than just some regular field nigga or some house nigga or whatever it is. You can just be, you know, you can be that black excellence that Jay-Z is trying to portray. He pretty much wants everybody to be like him. He wants everybody to eat and have that same knowledge that he has. And the music video that he shot for this was incredibly dope. I love it. It's an animated like cartoon. It's sort of like the throwback to the whole Sambo type days, and it's really, really cool how he did it. So check that video out. It's on Tidal, but I'm pretty sure you can find a way to see it somewhere else. Just stay fucking internet. The next song, Smile, is another great song. The beat on here is really cool, low key, but I also like the fact that Jay-Z on here is pretty much saying, yo, shit's gonna go down, shit's gonna get bad, but at the end of the day, you just gotta smile because shit will get better. You're gonna have your tough times. You're gonna have times where people aren't there for you, or you might not be able to be there for other people, but they just gotta continue to persevere, go through it, and just fucking smile. Just smile real quick. You'll feel better about yourself. And he also has a little spoken word poem that's done by his mother, Gloria Carter, where he reveals that she is actually lesbian. She actually came out and she was like, you know, able to actually finally fall in love and be who she wanted to be and smile because she lived life, you know, not being able to be who she really wanted to be. And Jay-Z had to actually, you know, deal with that and actually had to come to terms with who she really was and accept that. So now everybody's smiling, everybody's fucking happy. I mean, why wouldn't you be? Y'all fucking rich and y'all living life and y'all doing it well. So goddamn it, smile on, goddamn it. The next song, Caught in Her Eyes, is very, very dope. It features Frank Ocean, who does a great job on the feature. Beat is nice. And this is pretty much Jay-Z saying, like, you gotta be aware of your surroundings. Make sure everything is caught in your fucking eyes because you never know what the fuck's going down. Whether it's people in your life, you know, scenarios, situations, whatever it is, make sure that you know what the fuck's going on. You see that shit, because if you don't see the shit, that's when you get got. But it's a dope fucking song. I love the vibe of it. It's just a really just nice song, and it's another great, the song is great. Every song so far is great, and I don't think it's gonna fucking stop. It really isn't. The next song, y'all, 444, goddamn. Everything about this fucking track. First of all, the beat. I know I said about the beats, but goddamn it, No ID, you are a motherfucking genius for this beat. This is one of the most incredible beats I've ever heard in my goddamn life. They sampled Late Nights and Heartbreaks. It's done by Hannah Williams and the Affirmations. Got to make sure I note out that sample. But the way that he used this sample and how it was just fucking executed, the beat is just fucking glorious. And then when Jay-Z comes in, he's really talking about some real shit. This is the song that pretty much everybody's been waiting to hear. He's pretty much just saying he apologizes. This is his apology letter to Beyonce, to his family, for everything that he did. He pretty much just confirms that he did cheat. He was, you know, unfaithful. He feels like shit about it. He knows that he fucked up a good thing and he has to do everything he can to do better if he has that chance to do better. And the story is that he woke up at 4:44 in the morning to write this song. And he says this is his best song he's ever written. And I gotta agree, this is probably one of the best Jay-Z songs I've ever heard because it's so real, it's so personal. The beat fits the tone of his lyrics perfectly. And everything on here is just glorious. And I love this track. I had to play this track like 4 or 5 times over and over again before I can even get to the next one because it's so goddamn good. Great song. Great, just everything is great. Check this song out. It is the title track for a reason. And like, God damn it, y'all, this fucking beat. God damn it, the beat is fucking glorious. The next song, Family Feud, actually features Beyonce. So after he said apologize to Beyonce, then she drops on the track with him on the next one for the Family Feud. And we ain't talking about Survey Says, but the song on here is fucking fire. And this is pretty much talking about like how, you know, we pretty much have this family feud going on in hip hop where it's the young guys versus the old dudes. You know, everybody's hating on each other because one thing don't sound one way, one thing don't sound the other way. And there's true, yeah, you're gonna have those conflicts, but at the same time, we also gotta kind of, you know, stick on the same page and work together because no matter what, no matter how different we are in this genre, we're still one big family under the umbrella of hip hop, and we gotta make sure that we keep that in perspective. Next song, Bomb. Oh my God, I love this goddamn song. It features Damian Marley, and it uses the very, very well-used and well-known sample from Sister Nancy of the same name, Bum Bum. And I love this track on here, and I love Jigga's fucking hook on it. He says, fuck all that pretty Sean Carter shit, nigga, ho. That shit is so fucking dope, especially with how it goes with the beat. And he's just coming in, and this is the instance where he's like, yo, yo, I've been Sean Carter for this whole album. On this track, I'm gonna be Jay-Z for a second, because without Jay-Z, I wouldn't be here. Without this ego, I wouldn't be where I needed to be. So I gotta give Jay-Z a little time on this album. Sean Carter, chill the fuck out. Jay-Z's in this motherfucker, and he fucking showed out on this goddamn track. It's a dope song. I love it. Damian Marley on here doing his damn thing. You know when Damian Marley shows up, it's gonna be some fire, and it's just, this album is just amazing. It's just fucking amazing. Why is it this amazing? I don't understand how good this shit is, but it fucking is. The next song, Moonlight, is another dope song, and it's got a play on the actual movie Moonlight and also the movie La La Land. If y'all remember the whole Oscar thing where, you know, La La Land supposedly won Best Picture, but then the last minute, it was actually Moonlight who won, and he actually makes a play on that in the hook, which is really cool. But it's also him just giving a sort of a commentary on just what, you know, the culture and the direction that we're going as a people and everything is going, and it's just a really cool spin on the whole, you know, Moonlight and La La Land and everything, how we perceive one thing, but it's the other. Even though we're gonna win, we're gonna lose at the same time, you know, and it's just really fucking dope. And on top of that, they use Lauryn Hill sample on there with the ooh la la la. Everything is fucking perfect about this album so far. Like, it gets better and fucking better, and it's, goddamn it, they just, we only got 2 songs left. I'm sad about it. I already am. The next song, Marcy Me, is pretty much just Jay-Z giving himself a trip down memory lane and just reflecting on, you know, growing up in Marcy Projects and pretty much how it just shaped him and molded him. And that's pretty much who he is. He is Marcy. That's who he is, and it's really dope. He even opens up with sort of like a nod to the Biggie with, you know, he says, live from Bedford-Stuyvesant, son, the livest one. You know, he kind of just does his own rendition of that, and it's just a really dope song, and it's sort of like an homage to Marcy Projects and where he grew up and how he became who he became. So it's a dope song, dope beat, on point. Love this shit. And sadly, the last song on this album is Legacy, and this right here is the crowning moment of the album. I think it just completes the whole arc of who Jay-Z has become. And he's pretty much saying, yo, what he wants his legacy to be, what he wants to leave after for his kids and for everybody who's, you know, been there for him. And he's pretty much just kind of putting game on, like, yo, I want to be able to, like, you know, have a legacy built, because I didn't have a legacy. My parents didn't grow up rich, so it starts with me. So I want, you know, Blue and the twins to, you know, be able to, you know, take what we've built, me and Beyonce have built, and then carry it on and then pass it down and just really build that black excellence and that legacy that most black people can't have. He wants to build generational wealth throughout his family, which is really dope, and what he wants a lot of people to do. So if you ever get money, if you ever get rich, think about building wealth. Don't just, you know, go spend it on whatever and waste your money. Build wealth. Make sure you instill it in your family so that money can stay in and circulate and y'all can be rich forever, because that's what Jay-Z's trying to do. And goddamn it, it's working so far. The motherfucker got it down on pat, and goddamn it, I'm learning, Jay-Z. I had a pen in the pen. I was writing it all down. I know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm still broke, but when the money comes, I'm gonna implement the ideas that you said. And even though I just ran through the whole track list, y'all, I do have a top 5. Well, this ain't even a count for the top 5, it's just like the last goddamn review. Top 10 really, because this whole album is fire, but these are the 5 songs that I've been playing the most. So it's Kill Jay-Z, The Story of OJ, Caught in Their Eyes, 444, of course, and Bomb. But like, I just hit play and then I let it go, and I let my body just realize and accept the Jay-Z 444 for what it is, because it's fucking amazing. It's great. It's fucking great. So my final verdict, I'm not saying that Jay-Z 444 is a well put together, well thought out, but very compact album that showcases that Jay-Z still has it. He is really at a new stage in his life. He's getting to the point where he knows who he is and what he's supposed to be, and he really shows that on this album. He drops gems. He's very vulnerable. He gives us the information and that we don't know that we need in life, but it's something that we can apply to ourselves. And he discusses all those things that he would never really discuss. He's opening up his private life to us, and he's really just tackling those hard to talk about subjects that probably it was hard for him to talk about, but he had to get it out of his system, and he did it very well. And the album is on point. I gotta say that this is his best album since the Black Album to me. Everything else he's done, like Magna Carta and American Gangster, which is really good. I think this is better than American Gangster. The one we don't talk about after the Black Album, you know what I'm talking about. Blueprint 3. No, this is the album that's gonna go in the lineage of Reasonable Doubt, Blueprint 1, and the Black Album. This is the next one. Is it a classic? It's too early to say, but it is definitely his best and most well thought out work to date. So all I gotta say is that for me, Jay-Z 444 is 100% Granddad approved. Definitely go check it out. It's out right now. I think it's still only available on Tidal, but you know how the internet works. Somebody bootlegged that shit already, so you can find it somewhere. But I do think they are going to drop it on the other retailers like Apple Music and Spotify next week. But for now, it's just available on Tidal. So if you can listen to it or find somebody who will listen to it or somebody can let you log into their shit, whatever you got to do to get this album in your life, do it because it is well worth it. It's a dope album. It's an amazing album. His best albums in years, and I think Jay-Z still has it. At the age of 44, 47, I'm thinking forward because all the fours. Age of 47, he still got it, and he's still doing it better than a lot of cats in the game. But I got nothing more to say. Jay-Z, 444, is Granddad approved. So go listen to the shit right now if you got Tidal. If not, you better figure it out or just wait, goddammit. But it's worth it. It's worth the wait. Flip it. All right, y'all, that's going to do it for today's video. Make sure you give me a thumbs up and drop a comment. Tell me what you think of Jay-Z 444 if you've heard it. If you have not heard it, I feel bad for you because the shit is fucking fire. Get it somehow, some way, because it is one of his best albums to date. I'm loving this album. I'm going to be playing it for a good while. It's in the running for the top 15 of the year. You know what it is. And I mean, hey, Jay-Z still got it. He ain't lost a step. He actually gained the steps, and that's a good thing to see, goddammit. Previous videos on the side was my latest single. Check that out. Show us some love. And as always, Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, Instagram. Links in the description below. And subscribe. Button on the screen. Button below. Woolly Reviews twice a week, as well as the gaming channel, CDK Studies, info on the Indie Spotlight. All that's below. Check that out. And I got nothing more to say. So until next time I take my leave, Granddad, Jay-Z, 444, album is fire. I love this shit. Gonna be playing it for a good while. But if my next shit ain't on Tidal J, I'm canceling my subscription. I'm using a free trial. Why am I lying? I am. I'm not gonna keep the shit. Whatever. It don't matter. My shit better be on there next go round. I swear to God. I'm out of here.